Howdy do y'all, this is John, and today we are talking about Warfare, a movie that got released a little while ago in theaters and is now out on VOD. And in Warfare, it deals with this group of US Navy SEALs during the Battle of Ramadi. They fall under attack, and a couple of their members are severely injured. Someone gets killed. Now they need to figure out, okay, how the heck do we get out, without more people getting hurt or killed? Do we wait for evac, or do we just get out? Okay, so first and foremost, what I liked about the movie. This movie's entire setup, you know what you're in for real quick. This is not going to be your typical Hollywoodized depiction on warfare. You're going to get the real deal here. And that's something I really like. We don't often get a truly realistic depiction of warfare very often in movies. The closest I can think of is Saving Private Ryan, and even that had its embellishments. Like, bullets are not lethal after traveling several feet into the water. Like, even action movies like John Wick acknowledged that. But in this movie's case, you get the raw, real deal. And I think it's helped because one of the writers and directors on this film, Ray Mendoza, actually fought in this battle. He's literally one of the Navy SEALs in this movie. Granted, the movie version of him is played by an actor, but he actually saw this whole thing happen. So you get the raw, real deal, the brutal reality of what warfare is. On top of that, from a visual standpoint, this movie doesn't look low budget. Yeah, believe it or not, this is not a very expensive movie, and it looks way more expensive than it was. I think this is because, on top of Mendoza, you also had Adam Greenwald, I believe that's his last name, helping him out in the director's chair. And he is much more experienced and in some ways accomplished. He is the guy who made Ex Machina. This low-budget indie film that beat Marvel and Disney at the Oscars for best special effects. If anyone knows how to pull that off, it's going to be him. So you have two guys, a rookie who seems, to have some talent, and this experienced director, showing him the ropes, helping him out. That's this movie. Nothing bad about that. Mendoza seems like he knows what he's doing. And, I look forward to his solo career. On top of that, just the story he's telling, the fact that a lot of this, or maybe everything actually happened, it's kind of intense. Because they're holed up in this house, there's a family living there, and they're trying to keep themselves alive, they're trying to keep this family alive, they're trying to keep everyone who's not a terrorist alive. Very tense situation. On top of that, they've got severely wounded, a guy's dead. Again, very tense situation. Also, the acting. The actors all do a really good job. Never once did it feel like I was looking at actors acting. It felt like I was looking at soldiers. Because, amazingly, they all act like professional soldiers. I'm not kidding, they all act like professional soldiers. I know this from experience. I grew up on military bases. My father literally served in that very war that, these guys were serving in the movie. I know how a soldier acts. Now, obviously, I've never been on a battlefield, but I'm just saying, with what I've seen, this is how soldiers act. Now, in terms of problems with the movie, I can think of a couple. One's not a big deal. The other kind of is. The one that's not a big deal is there's not a lot of character development. You're sitting there looking at all the people and you're just like, okay, who's who again? And I would argue that's not exactly a big deal because, you're given at least something to care about them. They're human beings. They're warriors, military personnel, very brave people. And on top of that, they're fighting terrorists who are just pure evil. However, I definitely would have liked it just a little bit more if I could really identify who's who. But this next one's a bit of a bigger deal. There is no musical score, and I do think that it actually would have benefited the movie. Doing a movie without a musical score is very difficult. Very few people have pulled it off. The only movie in recent memory that I can think of that truly did is this little indie film I watched called Standoff at Sparrow Creek. That's pretty much it. Everything else, I'm just sitting there going, this would just be a little more intense if there was some sort of dramatic musical score. And I do think that it would have benefited this film. So guys, at the end of the day, Warfare, I really wish that I had watched this movie in the theater, because it would have been more than worth my time. I am dead serious. If you guys can find a theater near you, still playing it, go watch it. I think all of the ones around me have stopped playing it, unfortunately. And if you're in that boat, thankfully there's VOD. It's out on VOD now. But I really highly recommend this film. It's got a good story. It's intense. It's brutal. It's unrelenting. It does have a realistic depiction on warfare, though. So, if you guys are a little sensitive to that, yeah, probably avoid it. But if you guys can handle it, please go check it out. I'm going to give Warfare a 9. Well, that's all the time I have for today. Please look forward to more videos real soon. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Please also subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as always, please remember, to protect Cuba,